Episode of S/Entire Parents. My son is disabled so he can grab your boobs. That sounds good. I do a lot of work with kids who have learning disabilities, and I got a lot of stories concerning their parents. It really makes me sad when the parents refuse to teach their kids how to behave or discipline them just because they have disabilities. Certainly, there are much different criteria for how you would go about doing this. But it's in the child's best interest to learn how to properly interact with other people. There have been several occasions where I found myself thinking, I'm glad she hit me instead of someone out on the street, because I've been trained to calmly diffuse the situation if I can, but it's really unsafe to let your child run around grabbing, smacking, screaming at, or kicking strange people. The point of it all is I understand that the child doesn't know any better. But at some point the parent cannot keep saying, he doesn't understand, instead of trying to teach their kids why the behavior isn't acceptable or provide an alternative. Anyway, enter EM, enter mom as student. I'm a girl in my late teens, not particularly busy by any means, but I mean I'm not flat-chested either. One of the boys in a camp I'm helping to teach at is around 14 or 15. It has pretty severe learning disorders. There are about 10 kids in the group, all with their different abilities and needs. In a perfect world, there would be 1 or 2 kids for every counselor, but there are about 3 or 4 of us, and one is assigned to a particular child who has a habit of running away, often in the direction of an exit or towards a street. Has appeared to be pretty attached to me from the get-go. And since it's hard for someone to make friends, I tried to give him as much attention as I could without ignoring any of the others. I knew from the start, of course, that because of his age, all his hormones are starting to kick in, but he doesn't know what to do with them. And so little crushes on female in his group aren't uncommon. Unfortunately, he hasn't learned about boundaries. Seems even if he is in his late teens, and he could get a little crabby. One particular incident stuck out when he ran up to me and grabbed my chest and wouldn't let go at my prompting. After he recovered from the initial knee-jerk reaction of "What are you doing?", I gently took him aside and say something along the lines, instead of grabbing someone, say hello first or give a high five. And whatnot, it seemed to work. He granted me high fives for the rest of the summer and seemed to be complimented that I hadn't liked being grabbed. However, the teacher and I decided that we should probably let his parents or caretaker know about this incident to keep it from happening again. Here enters the entire matter. I had conversations like this probably hundreds of times at this point. I spend a lot of my free time with kids like this, often seeing each one for maybe a few weeks as they come and go. I had to tell their parents that their kid did anything from punching the instructor to running around or throwing things. Anytime we have to discipline or reprimand a child, we like to keep their parents or daycare in the loop. Usually I get an apology from the parents, sometimes also from the child. And then we talk about ways to keep it from happening again. Communication is important because, I don't know how to talk. I forgot it. Because we have to know things like, was the child agitated by something in the environment? Is it an ongoing issue? Could they be acting out because they aren't feeling well or in pain? No one knows. At least half of them are knowable. So you have to take everything into account. And I say usually because this went down differently. As we're getting everyone loaded up to home, I pull aside the entire mom to just let her know what happened. At this point, it's not like tension came as a distressing thing. Sorry. I'm just doing what I usually do. I explained that he grabbed me inappropriately and that we explained to him that he shouldn't do that. And then, of course, the part of the end where you make sure the parent doesn't think I'm mad at them or the child. Before I can even finish, the entire mom starts on a tangent about how her precious little baby didn't know any better, and how dare we reprimand him. I said, look, we are not mad at him. This isn't the first time we had a child do this. He said he was sorry and we moved on. I'm just trying to keep her informed. I'm interrupted again by Uncle Mom scolding me for wearing a V-neck t-shirt that is in no way immodest, saying what basically tempting him. I'm kinda panicking at this point because I don't usually get yelled at by parents, especially not for wearing a t-shirt, so I try to wake my boss over while sputtering the typical, I'm sorry if you think I did something wrong. And Tamam is still acting like I done something terrible to her child when I don't know who's that, comes creeping over, gives me an attitude greeting and high five, and asks his mom when he's coming back to see me again. I guess this made her pretty angry because she was hoping to be able to keep playing the victim card. After some BS about how I should know that he couldn't control himself and not be in this line of work if I can't handle it, and tell mom and S stamp off. So, surprisingly, S keeps coming all summer, despite internal instances that he had 100% unable to control himself or under the situation. He stuck to a high five and I always asked before he hugged me. One time he went in for a hug, stopped himself for a juice and then waited for my permission. He obviously learned from the exchange and improved in his social skills. Throughout the camp, I guess his mother either didn't want to try and work with him to improve his behavior or was so worried about his disability that she assumed she couldn't discipline him at all. Yeah, some people are like this. I don't understand why people are like this. What should we vote? Better? Up? Or down? I say up. Ooh. Let's read some comments. I saw the title and thought going that mother was gonna try and justify her son accidental pooping or the son would ask. Have you refused? Obviously. And ran back to his mother only to march to you and demand he touch your boobs. Let's just say I'm glad I was wrong. Well, this is life. What can you do? Entire parents exist, entire brats/kids. Well, this was for this episode of r/entire parents. Sorry that I read just one, but this is kinda long. So yeah, see you next time. Bye.